How many of you would like to improve your market share for your industry? How many of you have had problems with excessive inventory, have problems with slow product lead time for new products and for existing products in your offering? A lot of other process inefficiencies you may have had in your program. According to Anthony Manos from Quality Weekly, these problems can be fixed by a management tool called Kaizen. How many of you have heard of a Kaizen or Kaizen process? Two? Okay. Today we're going to talk about, real quick, what is a Kaizen, because it seems like most of you don't know what the Kaizen or Kaizen process is in business. We'll have a little activity about value-added versus non-value-added activities, which is essential for Kaizen. What problems the Kaizen process can address, as well as how they will solve some of the problems within your business. This is going to be a brief overview. The Kaizen can take sometimes 2 days, 3 days to really get a strong hang of it onto. So what is a Kaizen? Kaizen is basically translated from Japanese, meaning continuous improvement. It means you're making incremental improvements into your company that will altogether add up to make a bigger improvement. You're not, pretty much for a baseball metaphor, the best way to think about it is you don't want to hit a home run immediately. You want to hit a single, another single, and just keep moving everything around the base and getting yourself more efficient. The Kaizen practices is based on one-piece flow versus batch production. Kaizen says one-piece flow is what you want to do when you're doing your production. This basically means that you're not doing batch productions. When you do batch production, you can't monitor, you can't put performance metrics or measurements. You are also unable to really figure out what is the breakdown to the process. Nice thing with the Kaizen process as well is it steers clear of large capital investments. It's all really internal tweaks you can do to your company. And a little further matter, Kaizen works really hard on standardizing everything within the company. If you have 4 people doing the same job and they're doing it 4 different ways, you have variation within your processes. And what that means is you could have a delay, as in some people would take longer than other people, or you could have a higher chance of having someone do defects. So it really looks to find the best practice. And also what the Kaizen does is looks to eliminate your waste. And just some examples of waste are what they call motion. If you're on a production line, for example, my company had this just the other day. We found it that it takes our production shop, when they put together the boxes, it takes them a good 6 to 20 seconds. If the box is pre-made and they just pop it open, it cuts it down by about 15%. So small tweaks when you're doing 300,000 boxes, it really saves you some time. Transportation is, again, for the production line example, is if you're doing a process on one side of the production floor, your next step is all the way over to the other side of the floor. You're then moving the product and walking, and that's taking time and that's adding inefficiencies to your process. And of course, rejects are some of the worst kinds of waste. Anytime you have to do work over or do redos, you're costing yourself money because it takes more time to fix your previous shoddy work, say. The big thing about the Kaizen is it works on really value-added versus non-value-added processes. What value-added is something that your customer is going to pay for or he wants to have done to the product. Non-value-added is something you do, the customer is not going to pay for it. I don't know if any of you guys have experience with that, but this is what I really want to talk about a little bit. Here's a little chart for value-added, non-value-added activities. So, do you think your customer would pay for you to review your files? And you guys can call out. Yes or no? No. No. So it's then non-value-added. How about shipping your products to your customer when you order things off the line? Does it add value to you getting it directly to your house?
Yeah.
Yes. Revising or rework? No. Is that? There's also a non-value-added process. What about filing paperwork? Is that a value added to your customer, or is that?
No.
Assembling the product for you?
Yes.
That's something you pay for? We'll put value added. And what about preparing engineering drawings? Is that a value added or non-value added process? Yes or no? That one's, yeah. Little question mark there. You guys are pretty much right on everything. The engineering drawings actually is something that people will pay for to have done for you in the company. And the reason being is that most people can't do engineering drawings themselves. That's a long take of it. Anthony Manos from Quality Weekly says roughly And TBM, which is another company who does, it's called time-based management. They work on implementing Kaizen processes into other companies. Say about on a particular business process, up to 95% of the process can be non-value added steps to it. So if you eliminate some of these steps, you become more efficient. So what are some of the problems that Kaizen can address for you guys? Excessive inventory, inefficient business processes, long product lead times, as well as long new product development lead times, low employee morale, and stagnant or slow growing business. And this is again from Anthony Manos from Quality Progress. He's from the magazine. So now that you know some of these problems, how can we address these with the Kaizen process? Obviously, we talked about the reduction of the non-value added properties. This can speed up, for my particular company, it's sped up our product cycle for bringing in new products almost 30%. So we can bring in more products, we can launch new products and bring new things to the market that our customers want. We can put in performance metrics or process metrics. This way you can examine what is working, what is not working. By doing this, you are going to be able to see where you can save time, where you cannot save time as well. Also, was to talk about standardization, you eliminate any kind of variation in your process. You can do the best practice all the time, and you can save yourself work as well. Kaizen also, there's something called a Kaizen event right into the beginning of the Kaizen. It's about a 3 to 5 day kind of course, and you use a cross-functional team to set this up. A cross-functional team, for those of you who don't know, it's a kind of a section of your business. So you may have people from sales, product development, order fulfillment, and a bunch of other departments together, and they're going to look to improve on a particular business practice. The reason the Kaizen, and you also have some of the production and the low-level employees as well. The reason you want to have people from different areas is that it can give creative new ideas, and it's also the people who are working on this process daily, as opposed to the kind of current traditional effect of top-down management, where the people who are the upper managers make that decision for you. The nice thing is also is you get employee engagement when you bring people from different sectors of the business into the process improvement area. The guy who works the production floor may be happy that, hey, he's actually getting to get a say into what's going on, and he'll be looking forward to really trying to fix it in the process. Here's some Kaizen testimonials from people who have used the Kaizen process. Those companies include Toyota, Pell Windows, Western Union. 61% have increased their market share, 63% have reduced production lead times, 39% have reduced new product launch time, and 63% have lowered their product pricing levels as they've been more efficient, and 24% have increased their product line diversity as they reallocated resources. So in conclusion, the Kaizen process is something that can really help your business get market share. You will solve many problems of excess inventory, inefficient processes. On top of it, today we talked about what it is, what problems it can affect, and how we can solve those problems for you. Thank you.